Hello and welcome to Classic Football Shirts. I'm opening up our museum archive collection to show you some of our finest pieces and tell you the stories behind them. In this video we're looking at the AC Milan Centenary shirt, Olympique Marseille shirts from their glory years and Colombia home shirts from the mid-90s. Olympique Marseille and Panasonic, what a beautiful and iconic combination. Now, let me tell you some more about the shirts of the glory years at the Stade Velodrome. Marseille won back-to-back league titles in this silky smooth masterpiece. With Chris Waddle's mullet, Jean-Pierre Papin, Abedi Pele, Deschamps and even Eric Cantona starring in it. This famous shirt began the 1989-90 season with an RMC logo on it though, while in Europe this year the sponsor was the French Lottery. The first time that Panasonic appeared on the shirt was against Brest on the 30th of September 1989, and it continued on the league shirt right through until the end of the 1991 campaign. The away shirt was pretty special too, with no replica version of it produced. It's ultra rare. Then, in the summer of '91, out came these Adidas equipment shirts with a superb 3 stripes branding across the shoulder. It was worn throughout '91-92 with a Panasonic sponsor as the club made it 3 league titles in a row. The following year they made history in it, becoming the first winners of the inaugural Champions League. The shirts worn in the final when Basil Boli saw off AC Milan did not feature a sponsor or even a Champions League sleeve patch. Actually, Panasonic was nowhere to be seen from '92 onwards, with RMC the main sponsor for '92-93 and Urest for '93-94 on this updated version of the design with a new Adidas logo. So which one of these classics is your favourite? 1989 or 1991? It's another tough one. It's 20 seasons now since the Rossoneri wore these sublime shirts as the club celebrated their 100th anniversary by paying tribute to their first ever kit. Englishman Herbert Kilpin and his friends were the men responsible for deciding that thin red and black stripes would be the shirts of Milan Football and Cricket Club back in 1899. The 1999 Centenary shirt was only used in selected matches. It debuted in a Centenary Celebration exhibition match in July '99 and was then used 3 times in the Champions League. While domestically, it was only worn during the month of December, with the club's birthday being on the 13th of the month. It featured 3 times in Serie A and twice in the Coppa Italia. It then re-emerged once more in the following season on the 6th of May 2001 against Perugia as the club celebrated the 100th anniversary of their first Scudetto win. Prior to this shirt, it had not been since '85-86 that Milan had worn stripes similar to those of Kilpin and Co. Just like that first ever shirt, the 1999 edition features the flag of Milan as the club crest, together with a big flappy collar. The Scudetto shield was shifted to the left sleeve with a Lega Calcio patch on the right sleeve. Even though this is a match-worn shirt, it still has a patch on the lower front that says official replica. The difference between the match shirt and the replica though is this equipment tab on the lower left side. Let's just take a moment to remember how good that Milan team was back then. Look at some of these names here: Shevchenko, Maldini, Bierhoff, Boban. What a team. In their other home matches in '99-2000, Milan wore the same thick striped home shirt as they had in '98-99, but now with a Scudetto shield on the chest and a special Milan 100 patch on the sleeve. So what do you prefer an AC Milan home shirt to look like? Thick stripes or thin stripes? Colombia in the mid-90s, Valderrama, Asprilla and beautiful Umbro shirts. 2 of which you could buy in the shops at the time, and they were so good that even the team couldn't choose between them and had them both on the go for over a year. The first was made famous, or rather infamous, at the 1994 World Cup by Andres Escobar's tragic own goal and subsequent assassination. The sight of Valderrama's legendary hair bouncing in the USA '94 sunlight also captured the world's imagination though, and everyone wanted to be a mercurial number 10 like El Pibe. This shirt is actually match worn by the great man in a friendly against Scotland in 1996. The team wore this shirt with the overlapping footballs taken from the design of the national crest for 3 years in total, bizarrely continuing to do so even after the next shirt had been launched. And this is that next shirt, the one covered with Colombia text. It was first worn in April '97 in a World Cup qualifier against Paraguay when Asprilla and Chilavert had a bust up and it all kicked off. It was then used twice against Peru at the 1997 Copa America and in 2 friendlies in March 98, and that was it. While confusingly, the 94 home shirt was worn 8 more times following the debut of the 97 shirt, almost like the side were unwilling to give it up. So which do you prefer, 94 or 97? Tough one.